Hello, Full Sail students and faculty. My name is Jarrell Lindsay, and this will be my RISE self-evaluation response for digital audio applications. So let's go ahead and begin. The first component that we're supposed to address is reflect, and that's pretty much just answering the question, how did my attitude, logic, and behaviors influence my projects? Well, when I first initially came into this course, I had the mindset that it was going to be very difficult and kind of tedious for me because editing audio sequences is not something I'm necessarily I have the most experience with, utilizing not just the process of doing so, but the tedious programs that we've used, such as Adobe Audition, Final Cut, as far as video applications, and Logic Pro, which is what I utilize in trying to finalize my audio components for production and post-production. So honestly, just having a positive attitude and having the outlook that I can do this is something that really kind of drove me throughout the duration of the course. I had some personal issues that were kind of going on throughout the course itself, but just maintaining a positive attitude, I would say, is what really kind of motivated me throughout the end as well. As I started working on my projects, I realized I wanted to know more about how to utilize the features that I think everything, it kind of just comes through experience and really kind of just experimenting with things, but how I wanted to utilize different effects to achieve a certain sound I was trying to go for. I wanted my entire production to feel very authentic. I didn't want it to feel overproduced or an overproduced component for my audio. I wanted to seem as natural as possible. I did want to have a very kind of grunge feel to the video application. I'm sorry, the video production itself. However, when it came down to the audio, I really wanted to focus on trying to make my voice as clear as possible, paying attention to the dialogue component as well as the effects and audio as well. What resources are available to me? Like I just mentioned before, Adobe has a series of different plugins. We learned about the Westar music samples that can also be used when trying to do audio components for a project. Just an array of different assets that are available to us, both in the Full Sail library and a bunch of online resources that we can use if we need help, or just a lot of how-to guides as well on utilizing those components and those software programs as well. Suggest, if I had more time, I probably would have wanted to work more with the production itself. Like when I listen to music, essentially the first thing I do is pay more attention to the production than I do the lyrics, because oftentimes as a writer, I can find myself just solely judging something based off of the lyrical content that it possesses, but not necessarily paying attention to the production all in all. So I wanted to necessarily try to create a component or a body of work that I would appreciate had someone else created it themselves. So I definitely would have paid more attention to just the minor details that went into the production, the timing, any other supporting backtrack vocals, any other effects, looping, such as those things. What could I have done differently to improve my project? Some of the things I just mentioned, like I definitely could have utilized a lot more looping. I probably could have made it a little bit longer. There's just a couple of different things that I could have done. However, I am very proud of the overall piece that I did create. I stand by my work, essentially. So I like to necessarily say that I did do the best that I could do given the time constraints that I did have. Elevate. How does my experience working with digital audio inform or support my professional objectives? I plan to take a role predominantly in the public relations aspect of things and in digital advertising. So I don't necessarily plan to play entirely into audio production. However, in my freelancing, I do a lot of digital and multimedia journalism. And so my editing that I've done for audio components before has been essentially just trying to eliminate some back noise and, bring vocals forward and back and, fading in and out. So essentially just small minor things that you essentially would see in documentaries or in news broadcasts or whatever. But I definitely do want to utilize more of these skills that I've learned about this course moving forward, and just trying to enhance and create a very thorough and dynamic project. So I'm very adamant about that. And that's one way I could definitely use that in my career. Is just really just being able to say, hey, if I need to edit audio components for a video, a commercial, an advertisement, whatever the case may be, at least I'll have the skill set and the experience necessary to do so. All right, and that includes my RISE self-evaluation. Again, this is Jarrell Lindsay. Thank you.